Yes. We have. Okay, when.
First time I told it, first time I did it.
So, I mean, it was just kind of, and he and I, sometimes we get on our committees, we get to something, and there's like a 10-year history or whatever.
This is all new to me. I've been on this.
Yeah. But I think it's just a matter for you.
So I said, then when you expected that building for you.
They don't understand, but it's nobody takes it.
Yes.
And they only put some pieces, and it just gets.
We spent like 45 minutes. Decided not to.
Everybody else will say, I'm sorry. Someone pointed out, like, you know, I see.
Well, if I called the truck driver, it's a minimum of 6 hours.
That's what I heard.
If I call the union Teamster truck driver. It's minimum 6 hours.
And I know we're going to. I
They need to sign in.
No, but there's no vote tonight.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's the bottom line. So I see it. Well, he just admit, I think it was January 1st. Sometimes 8 years, stuff from all over. It's so hard to and so I can just go talk to so.
Yes.
Well, we go.
All right, we're gonna start in about 30 seconds.
Even sober, I can't.
All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. It's 7:02. And for the first part of our meeting, this is the annual meeting, town meeting. This is for the electors, so for anybody that isn't aware, anybody that's an elector can make a motion or second and vote. That's how the first part of the meeting goes. So we're gonna get into it with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody could stand and raise the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, minutes of the previous annual meeting.
Town of Bell annual meeting Tuesday, April 18th, 7:00 PM at the community center. The meeting was called to order at 7:00 PM. Roger Lindgren chaired the meeting. The Pledge of Allegiance was said. Annual meeting agenda. Approval of minutes last meeting. Pauline Calamateo made a motion to approve the minutes, and Jackie Ide seconds the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 2, annual treasurer's report. Jackie Ide made a motion to approve the report, and Gordon Anderson seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 3, selection of town attorney. Jesse Casino made a motion to continue using Spears, Carlson, Coleman. Pauline Mateo seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 4, selection of town assessor. Mary Beth Tillmans made a motion to use Gardner Appraisal Service, and Jesse Casino seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 5, selection of bank. Janice Olson made a motion to have Chippewa Valley Bank as the town bank, and Judy Becker seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 6, selection of official newspaper. Jesse Casino made a motion to have Ashland Daily Press as the official newspaper, and Matt Lazorek seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. 7, review of 2022. Roger Lindgren gave a report. 8, swearing in of town officers. The following officers were sworn in: Matt Lazorek, chairperson; Paul Ellers, supervisor, to be sworn in later when present; Jackie Ide, supervisor; Janice Olson, treasurer; Mary Beth Tillmans, clerk. 9, set date for 2024 annual town meeting, April 16th, 2024. New business. Open period for questions and comments. Roger Lindgren, Bayfield County Clean and Sweep on September 23rd at the Ashland Great Lakes Visitor Center. The Bayfield County Sheriff's Department has assigned officers to each town. Bayfield County Sheriff Department has assigned Officer Jeffers to the town of Bell. His phone number is 715-209-1906. Judy Becker, the coffee cart held at the community center this winter had 277 people and raised $284. Mary Beth Tillmans, the Cornucopia Harbor has been awarded $1.12 million for dredging. The money will go to the Army Corps of Engineers for dredging. It is from a congressional add-on to the President's 2023 budget. David and Will Tillmans have been working on this for over 3 years with the Army Corps of Engineers, politicians, and multiple government agencies to make this happen. 2, Person of the Year Citizen Award. The award was given to Judy Kirk for her years of service and dedication to the town. At 7:37 p.m., Jesse Casino made a motion to adjourn the meeting, and Jane Loring seconded the motion. Unanimous decision approved. Respectfully submitted, Mary Beth Tillmans, clerk.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as read?
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I'll second that.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say aye. There's no opposed. We'll move on to the annual treasurer's report.
And that is on the back of your annual meeting agenda. Janice had put those numbers together, so you can see that. Also provided on the table was the balance sheet for the end of the year, as well as a profit and loss, which shows all the revenues in the different areas, as well as the expenses.
Does anybody have any additions or corrections
Or questions?
or questions?
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the annual treasurer's report. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say aye. There's no opposed. Okay, now we need to select the town attorney, which is currently Spears, Carlson, and Coleman. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to retain Spears, Carlson, and Coleman as our town attorneys.
I'll second the motion.
The motion is made and seconded to select Spears, Carlson, and Coleman as the town attorney. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say aye. There's no opposed. We need to select the town assessor, which is now North Wisconsin Assessment Service. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to retain North
Wisconsin Assessment Service.
Wisconsin Assessment Services for appraiser.
Assessor.
Go ahead. Assessor.
Who did the second?
Judy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the motion is made and seconded to select North Wisconsin Assessment Service. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say aye. All opposed. Selection of the town bank, which is Chippewa Valley Bank. Is there a motion to accept or change
Make a motion.
to accept
Valley.
Chippewa Valley Bank? The motion is to accept Chippewa Valley Bank as the town bank. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Okay, select the official newspaper, which is the Ashland Daily Press. Is there a motion?
I move to select the Ashland Daily Press for the town's newspaper, official newspaper.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is made and seconded to select the Ashland Daily Press as the official newspaper. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say aye. All right, now we need to swear in officers. I guess it's just one right now, huh?
Right, right now we'll swear in Jesse. Gordon Anderson needs to be sworn in, but he's not here tonight, so at our next meeting, we'll swear him.
Okay.
I, Jesse Casino, having been elected to the office of supervisor, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Thank you. I'm flattered.
All right, now we need to set the date for 2025 annual meeting, which will be Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. And town roads presentation. Art, did you have anything to, no? Okay. Matt couldn't be here tonight, so we don't have a roads presentation. I guess I'll just say that we bought a new pickup truck, and we're in the process of buying a new dump truck for the town, so those are kind of the biggest things at the moment. Anything else to add, Art? No? Okay. I guess that's the presentation then. All right, let's move on to new business, open period for questions or comments. Yes.
I'd like to announce that the Thursday morning Corny Coffee Club was successful again this year, January, February, March. We had 13 sessions. We had the exact same numbers last year, 277 people attend. We raised $259, which was donated back to the town to purchase eco-friendly recyclable materials to use at town functions. I want to say thank you to the 35 individuals that hosted all of the things, and we will resume again next year, the first Thursday in January of 2025.
Thank you.
Did you say 359, $259, 277 attended, 35 hosts. Okay, thank you.
All right, any other questions, comments? Yes.
Is this the forum where I request a letter from the town of Bell? Basically advocating for our pond system, our new pond system to go in up next to our existing pond system?
Probably at the board meeting, because the board will be issuing that, I would assume, correct? Is that, or do you want?
Yes, well, a community would be worthwhile too. We actually have a good chance to get some money through Senator Baldwin. So I think if the community as a whole, it would probably hold more, it's carry more weight, I'll put it that way. It's just, I wasn't sure if this was
Well,
the
yeah,
proper forum for that.
you can right now if you want, but I think it's gonna have to be from the town board on behalf of the community,
Okay,
so.
Yeah.
If you can do it right now if you want, or you can wait till the opening of the next meeting, it's up to you, I guess.
well, I'll do a little report at the town meeting, so we can do it then.
All right, sounds good. So, questions, comments? You guys are making this easy tonight. All right, Person of the Year, Good Citizen Award. This is the part I hate the most because it's difficult. But the person I selected has actually been selected before, but I thought it was a little bit important to award them again because they spent a lot of time here this last winter making sure the building didn't freeze up. So Richard Dunn is a Person of the Year for checking on the building and the furnace like every day for a couple of months, and for all he does for the grounds and cemetery and making everything look nice. So thank you. So that's all we have. If there's nothing else, we'll take a motion to adjourn and then we can have some snacks and then get to the other meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say aye.
Okay.
There's no opposed. We're adjourned for a few minutes and then we'll start the regular meeting. Thank you.
Everything's squared away now?
No,
No.
no, if you look at the report she sent.
I saw that too,
Okay,
but the,
and then, but it's there, but that was so wrong, and I know that, if she sent, this is the same financial report.
Yes, I was doing that.
entertain that idea. It is all around that page.
Yeah, so that's. We're gonna get these copies. I'm thinking she was back, but not.
Let's go talk to them.
Okay, cool.
I know, I've been listening to him say, can I talk to you about this so that like my brain works on both sides? I think, go ahead, I don't understand what you're talking about, but go ahead and talk away. Okay, I'll call you. Sadie brought cake. I bet if you know anything about Sadie and her baking.
All the people.
Probably, I'm on the.
Oh, I know, you're, in that family.
Okay.
Yeah, you were right there. Your dad is my doctor.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. Yeah, right.
You're,
I knew you lived from there. You're down near the end, right? You're kind of down by the end, I think, aren't you? Of the Blueberry Patch?
Love that.
We were just walking around and we didn't have.
Yes. Get cleaned up. When I did yeah. And so I know 1 year, 2 years.
That was off by a little bit, I think it's 24.
They told me not to move something. They said, you should go. They said, it was terrible. What a waste of time.
No, I was in school.
Gyms are all staying solid and they don't like that. Like a gym for a big. Yeah. It's so something you should he's on. Did you read it? What did you do?
Start next meeting in about 5 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, now that I'm warmed up on sugar and well, see, he brought it in, I probably should have taken it out. That's okay, I already see most of it. Terrible, I know. Did you get that question, man?
I believe I am not.
I've been a home.
I took,
I know.
Chris Anderson, I'm just filling out for 3 years. I think I've been on 2 years. Well, yeah, sure.
Our wives allowed to nominate
Yeah, that's why I-
Yeah, better. Yeah. Paul and okay, I'm just gonna say. Start the story. Okay. And we just got Amy that just came
I didn't have dinner.
Yeah, we could.
So you're not that far away, I could invite you.
No, I didn't, I haven't had a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice for mine.
So, I mean, we could.
About this way.
You could drive a tractor in there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Well, it's not a big one, it's like a
No, my, I think my biggest car was
Yeah, they got-
You mean I can't run into your house?
I know it was every since,
Do you really? You Well, it's 5 years. No, I lost. Yeah, I lost.
There's nothing to discuss.
Because I'm the only one that went over them, so we'll just wait for next week. All right, we're gonna call the Town of Bell Board meeting to order. About 7:45. Roll call, Gordy Anderson is absent, everybody else is here. We already did the Pledge of Allegiance, so we'll skip that and move on to minutes of the previous board meeting. Has everybody reviewed?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous board meeting.
Yeah, the motion is made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. Clerk's report.
Great. We did have the election on April 11th, and big thank you to all, April 2nd, excuse me. And it went very well. Thank you to all our chief inspectors and inspectors. Janice led the way on that. Also, the town's C form was sent in, and that is a form that is to the state that reconciles all our accounts, the revenues as well as the expenses and payments that we receive from the state and so forth. So that form was submitted to them, and we came within $1, which is basically a rounding issue. So that was all my reporting and Janice's, so kudos to that. And that was completed, so everything else has been good.
Thank you. Moving on to the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I can second that.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. No opposed. Board comments? Do you have any board comments?
I have a couple. One is, we have not heard back from the town attorney on the review of the possible exemptions in the short-term rental ordinance. And the other was, I fielded a call Monday. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was going to reach out to Judy as far as scheduling use of the big room for a meeting.
Okay. Anything else? Correspondence, I don't have any. Anybody else?
We got that letter from the owner of the gas station in support of senior housing. I don't know if you got that or not.
I don't think so.
We got a letter in support of going ahead and with the senior housing.
Okay.
That could be a factor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a copy. Thank you. Committee reports? Have anything that's not on the agenda?
Can I make a committee report, Parks and Lands?
Sure.
Just two quick things. This is addressed to Mary Beth. Did you get the contract from number 2 septic for the 3 porta potties we're going to be utilizing this year?
I didn't, but I'll double check, and they emailed it to me. I could have missed it, but I
Okay,
don't recall it.
all right. If you don't, let me know and I'll contact him again.
Sounds good.
And also at Parks and Lands, I am currently looking into getting a quote on replacing 2 of the marina, or a proposal of replacing 2 of the marina bathroom doors.
Thank you. Sanitary district?
You know, the Bell Sanitary District is moving forward, and I have some items I think that the town needs to know about in regard to that. The engineer is designing a system wherein the liquid from the lagoon would be sprayed. And he's also thinking that he would be spraying part of the apron on the Town of Bell Airport. Now, this plan has not been approved, but this would eliminate having to discharge into the lakes, into Lake Superior, the way we do out of our conventional holding tank system. So that's currently what's being investigated. So we may need town approval, possibly for approval to spray. And the waste has to be treated. So it's not like it's waste, it's gonna be potable on the town property. Whether the sanitary district, whether you want to sell it to us or lease it to us, or just give us permission, I'm not sure. But this may be coming up in the future. The engineer just spoke to me about that last week. So I just wanted the town to know that. And I'd like to make a resolution. Whereas the Bell Sanitary District has been in operation since 1989, whereas the population of our community has increased and continues to increase, whereas we are unable at this time to meet the demands of the citizens of the township, and whereas our lagoon system is at its design maximum capacity and really can't take any more users. That's why we've had to cut people off from the hauled-in waste. As a result of these whereases, we look to build a new facility to accommodate holding tank waste. How does that sound?
Sounds legal.
That's very spontaneous.
Thank you, Mark.
So if I missed something that should be in there, would someone please let me know?
Well, if you want to write that down and get it to us so we can actually vote on it and make it what you want, we can do an actual resolution from the town board.
Okay, because that would be helpful for the If you could do that tonight, that'd be great, because, Phil and I will be working on getting some more information, to our senator, Tammy Baldwin. He met her and, they've actually reached back out to us, so I'm fairly optimistic that something good might, result for our town.
What about the DNR grant?
But we don't have a DNR grant, we are allowed a DNR loan.
Okay.
It's not a grant.
As part of Mark's comments, today I received an email from a young woman named Kelsey, who's an aide for Tammy Baldwin. And it's requesting if we want to, for the sanitary district, submit to her office a potential federal spending directed grant, it's called, congressional directed grant. And Mark and I are planning to complete that application. It's a lengthy application. And we're planning to complete that. And we'll keep you informed as we go, but it's a potential funding source for this project that Mark has just described.
Okay, thank you. And if you want, we can't do the resolution tonight, it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
But we have to have a special meeting next week for things we'll get into later. So if you want to get that to us, we can put that on that agenda and get it done.
Okay, well, what, if you don't mind, would you put it on the agenda?
I will, yeah, just get the resolution.
Yeah, we'll get the resolution
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, public comment period. Do you have any public comment?
I would just go on with the email that I talked about related to the sanitary district. When I had originally contacted their office, I also mentioned to them that we had a committee that was working and that the board was informed about a potential senior housing project. And so I mentioned that to them, and I'd like to include a second document to them. These are just for potential, no idea whether it could become a reality. But I'm thinking that in working with government, sometimes it's good to get them aware of what you're trying to do and maybe a finger in the pond, so that if there's another funding opportunity, we could try for that too. And we don't know exactly the timeline for either of the projects. We know that the sanitary district is probably the top priority of these two, but we wanted you to know kind of what was happening.
What I read on that was the appropriations for
25.
2025. So October 1st is the start of the new fiscal year federally. So I would guess it would occur in the fiscal year 2025.
Okay, thank you.
I'd just like to comment on the aeration system you're talking about. If you have questions about a similar system that the Village of Mason has had a system that works that way for many years, that they may be a good resource to talk to as far as how it's worked out for them, any complaints, any issues, the good, the bad. They could be a good resource to talk to about. It's the only one I've seen in the area, but I believe last year they actually added a second aeration system to theirs, but they've had that for probably 15, 20 years at this point. Might be some good information for everyone.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Are you gonna talk to them, Mark?
Well, yeah, and it's the village, not the township.
Right. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Did you guys get over 100 people
Brian Frostman.
in the village, did you?
What's that?
You have over 100 people?
Any other public comments? All right, we'll move on. We're gonna kind of switch things around here so we can open bids first, open gravel bids before we get to the old business. We have two bids. This is from Trusty Trucking and South Shore Sand and Gravel. $20.27 per ton. Olson Brothers Contractors of Brule. Their price is $23.28 per ton. So what did we have there?
All right, we have
You're not on.
Trustee Trucking and South Shore Gravel at $20.27, Olson Brothers at $23.28.
We have a motion.
I move we accept the bid from Trustee Trucking and South Shore Sand and Gravel at $20.27 per ton.
I'll second that.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed.
I just want to say thank you, we appreciate the business and look forward to seeing you guys again.
Thanks, Ryan.
I'm gonna scoot out of here.
Yeah, oh, do you want to take this with you?
Yeah, I might as well. Official. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe, Ryan.
Try. Watch over the beer and I'll hold on.
Same thing that you cross one for them.
Well, all right, then we're gonna go back to old business. The town website reconstruction. Paul, do you want to speak on that?
Sure. So, we sought out proposals to improve the town website, or perhaps even create a new one. And we got 6 companies, and one dropped out right away, so then we were down to 5. One we never heard from again. So then we were down to 4. And last month I sent the board members what it would cost, and if we look at a 3-year rotation, because some are cheap up front and they hit you on the back end. Some are expensive up front, cheap on the back end. Okay, and so we had Town Web, which specializes in township websites, very reputable, in business for a long time. They came out at like $4,000 over 3 years. They were fairly cheap up front, but then they hit you for $1,200 a year. And there's really, once the website's up, you really only have to pay for the servers and the licenses. And I mean, it's just, so it's, that, you know, that's why they were cheap up front. There was another company called Revise that hit us up for $4,700 up front and then $1,200 a year. And again, the $1,200 a year we thought was kind of outrageous. They have subsequently offered us $500 discount to make it $4,200 up front, but that would be $6,600 over 3 years. Oxygen is a company out of Washburn, and they would their proposal was for $4,200 up front, and then we would expect about $500 a year in maintenance. And so they came in at $5,200 over 3 years. So it's a little bit more than Town Web. And then the other option would be to our current provider. And he thought, Superior Lighthouse thought that he could get us the website we wanted in 10 hours of work, which would be $500, and then it would be $354 a year to maintain. We have 1,200 documents that need to be
moved, brought into, they need to be labeled, whether they're Parks and Lands, whether they're Harbor Commission, whether they're agendas, whether they're minutes. That's not gonna get done in 10 hours. There's 1,200 of them that have to be moved. And then to redesign what we have, part of the reason we're looking for a new website is we're not happy with what we have. But if the town only wants to save money, even though I think the 10 hours is too ambitious or undersells how much time it will take, for sure, if we stay with Superior Lighthouse, I'm confident he could do the stuff that we want done, and it would be by far the cheapest way to go. After much thinking, John Anderson, who helped me with this very much, without John, I would have been lost. Every time we sent out questions to get more information about these proposals, Oxygen always came back right away, addressed everything we asked about, and then asked us questions that made us think deeper into what we were doing. And so, like I said, one company just disappeared, and the other companies we didn't hear from, and Superior Lighthouse really wasn't that responsive to our questions either. So, taking everything into consideration, John and I recommend that the town go with the Oxygen imagery and web design. Everybody got a copy of their proposal, and I guess to get the discussion started, I'll move that we accept the Oxygen imagery and web design proposal.
I will second that motion. Motion is made and seconded. Is there any more discussion?
I mean, I know all of them would do a good job, but, we just think this is, they're in Washburn. They've been just Johnny on the spot with us, so.
Yeah, I would say that I would take your recommendation as well, so I don't have anything to add. So
I have nothing to add.
if there's no more discussion, I'll call a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed.
Thank you. And thank you, John.
Thank you guys for doing all that.
Yeah.
All right, now we need to nominate a plan commissioner. I'm gonna nominate Mark Ellers for the plan commission. For a second. Are you gonna say something?
Yeah, I decline.
Okay.
Thank you.
Second that motion.
Thank you. Second that.
The nomination.
I believe Ken Roman is already nominated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's the second. So I nominate Ken Roman to the position of plan commissioner. As long as you're not gonna turn it down too. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll second that if we need second.
Yep. Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. Thanks, Ken.
You need to swear him in?
At some point, right?
Yeah, we can serve them right now.
Okay.
Might as well.
I, Ken Roman, having been appointed to the office of Plan Commissioner, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. So help me God.
left-handed. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, moving on to the roof over the retired fishing boat, the Liberty. Do you want to describe that?
Sure. So, we've got 4 fishing boats down at the harbor, and 3 are in, really, really bad shape, and the Liberty is in pretty good shape. And talked to Parks and Lands, and we had lots of good discussions, and they thought it would be okay to try to build some kind of a shelter over the Liberty, but we need to, of course, go through the county and go through the building permit. And that was declined by the county. And the reasons for that was the Liberty itself is within 30 feet of the center line of Siskiyou Bay Parkway. And so anything we built was also going to be in that 30-foot setback. So they denied it. They said we could either do a variance or we could either or just abandon the road. And we talked about that last month. Well, about the end of March, sometime the end of March, I was getting ready to go on a trip, so I don't remember the exact date. The zoning department called and said that they were going to issue the building permit, and we wouldn't have to go through the hearing for the variance, and they were going to refund us the $750 that we had sent in for that. We haven't got the money yet, and we haven't got the letter, or we haven't got the permit yet. But anyway, that looks like that's going to happen, and so I'm not sure what the next step is. I think we've talked about it at the board level. I think we approved me going forward with the process to do the permitting process, but we haven't really made a decision on whether or not we should actually do this. I've been looking at pictures in the museum. I'm a docent, and those 3 fishing boats looked so good 50 years ago. And if somebody would have done something then, we'd have these beautiful fishing boats. Now, they're not going to last forever, but we have a chance to save the Liberty. And I'm as reluctant as anybody to put a structure on the beach and wreck the view of the beach. But the Liberty happens to be against a bunch of trees. And I really think we can incorporate a shelter with the trees that have a very minimal impact on the scenery and the look down there. And I think we'll regret not preserving the Liberty. I really think we will. I think some people say, why didn't this, like we're saying, why didn't they save the Twin Sisters and stuff like that? So anyway, I'm not sure what to do, but I would like I'll move that we build a shelter over the Liberty. We've got money in the Save the Boats Fund, and we can use, I think, we shouldn't have to use any town money. That's pretty much all donated money into the Save the Boats Fund. So I guess I'll move that we build a shelter over the Liberty.
Before I even ask for a second, maybe could I get you to maybe amend that a little bit?
You bet.
Instead of just broadly saying, let's move to build a structure, can we move forward with the process and come up with a plan or something? I'll have you work with Parks and Lands, and I can work with you too, and we'll come up with a little drawing, a little bit of an idea, and then the board can vote on that.
Sounds better.
Okay.
Let's table it down. Yeah.
Well, make a motion, like we'll move forward with the process, something.
I'll amend the motion to say let's move forward with the process of building a shelter over the Liberty.
I'll second that motion.
Motion is made and seconded. Is there any more comment? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say aye.
Paul, we got some money, I cashed the check.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Well, I don't think we have the permit though.
I didn't see
Did we
it.
get a building permit yet? Oh, we got the, okay, go.
We'll get it.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on to new business. We need to take nominations for harbor commissioners, but the problem is I don't know who is up. There's a little bit of a problem with appointments that were made and who is up and what happened. So I know we're gonna need at least two, but I don't know who and when. So
Conundrum.
I'm going to figure it out, and the board's gonna have to do some figuring, but I know that we're gonna need a couple, probably, so, if there's any nominations, I don't want anything right now, but over the course of the next month, while we figure this out, if there's nominations, just email them to me or the whole board. I just have to figure it out, so, that's what I know.
So you don't want any nominations at this point?
No, I don't think so. But like I say, if there are nominations, because when I do get things figured out, I'll have what I find out emailed to the whole mailing list that the agenda goes to, so, and then we'll post it too, so that everybody hopefully is on the same page, but that's all I know for now. Okay, moving on. And we don't need to take nominations for Parks and Lands. I was wrong on that because it's Gordy that his term expired with his term on the board, so he was reelected, so he'll be reappointed to Parks and Lands, so we don't need to do anything else with that. Yes.
If you need the official information, position 1 and 2 are going to be up in 2025, April 2025. Position 1 is Greg Weiss, and position 2 is Gina Emily. Position 3 and 4, which is Richard Dunn and Doug Becker, they are due to be renominated or whatever, appointed, whatever the term, until 2026.
Okay. Thank you. All right, new roof over the Swenson Pavilion and Flowing Well gazebo. We need to put a new roof on those structures, so I just wanted to bring it to the board and turn it over to Parks and Lands. I don't know what else, how much you want from the board, or if you want anything from the board, but they obviously need new roofs, so.
The gentleman, Dustin Daniel, who's going to look into replacing the bathroom doors, he offered to take a look at the roof on the pavilion, the roof on the flowing well, and to build a decking above the water that seems to flood every time it rains at the pavilion. So he's going to come up with the proposal, he said, within a week or two. So I will have those numbers to present to you as soon as I can.
Okay, and I have another solution for the water issue, so I can talk to you about that sometime.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll just getting the ball rolling on it, so. Good. All right, recycling center job vacancies, I guess this is Paul again.
Yeah. So, couple things about the recycling center. The county wants to put waste receptacles at the Siskiyou Preserve and at Lost Creek Trailhead. And they want to contract with the town of Bell to empty those, so they'll pay our salaries for the time that it takes to go out there and empty them, and then they will pay for the disposal of the waste. And I would imagine there'll be some kind of a contract coming to the board at some point. Rico and Tasha thought that was fine. It seems like a real good solution, and it won't cost the town any money. So that's one thing. The second thing is that Rico is going to retire. He's moving out of the area, so he has resigned his position as the recycle center manager as of April 30th. And I just want to say that Rico has done a really good job, and I want the record to show that he's been a really good town employee, and I couldn't be happier with how that worked out there. I'm not sure how we do this, but it would make sense to promote Tasha Casino to the position of manager, since she's been working there. knows everything about it, and then we would need to post a hiring for a part-time person to replace Tasha's role. And so I'm not sure how to proceed, but so I'd like to have Tasha take over the manager role, and then we would try to hire someone to be part-time. To take her job.
Hey, do you want to start with making a motion to promote her
Okay,
to that
I'll
position?
be glad to. Yeah, so I'll move that we promote Tasha Casino to the role of recycle center manager.
Along with the wage.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion is made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say aye. No opposed. Jesse, did you recuse yourself? Jesse abstained. And then on the next item with that, do you want to take care of getting a posting together?
Sure.
Job?
Can you help me with the legalities? I mean, do we have to post something like that in the newspaper or anything like that?
We posted around town.
Okay. Okay, we do have one possible candidate, a retired gentleman who's a firefighter in Fort Wayne, but I would prefer to see if there's someone in the town of Bell that would like it. So, okay, we'll put, I'll be the contact. Is that appropriate?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's best if we post it.
Okay.
Anyway, regardless, so if we post it.
I'll put it up in a few places around town. They
Okay.
let people know that we're looking for
And
a
if you,
part-time worker.
if you can, maybe on the website too.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, just try. I'm just saying try.
Yeah. Well, no, Roger's been real good.
Yeah.
He's a professional, he's a gentleman, and so we won't have any trouble. I guess I'd like to say, going back to that not all of our troubles with the website were his fault. Okay. And then the other thing about the recycle center is that I had a gentleman that used to work there who has volunteered to volunteer, but he doesn't want to get paid. And I'm not sure that I don't think that would be good for our insurance purposes to let someone be out there and not get paid.
It really doesn't matter. I don't think you still consider it an employee. But we can check into it. But as far as I know, even if you're volunteering, you're considered an employee for insurance purposes.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you.
All right, was there anything else on that? No. Okay. All right, now we have disposal of the town pickup truck. Art, what year was that one? I forgot. 2012 Ford. We purchased a new truck to replace this truck, so now we need to do the disposal of that truck. And what we've done in the past, and what I would suggest this time again, is to put it on the Wisconsin surplus auction and sell the truck on there. But it leaves the town out of it, and it usually goes for a decent price. So I guess I would make the motion that we go forward with having Matt Hipsher and I get that auction started.
I second that motion.
The motion is made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. All right, we already opened the gravel bids. There was a few more things on the agenda, but there was a mistake in in the copy you have. And so we decided that to be completely legit, we're just gonna have a special meeting because the last four things are short-term rental applications. So we got cut off with a copy that you have. So we're gonna have to have a special meeting next week sometime to address those so that people don't have to wait a whole month. So that is what we're gonna do.
Sounds good.
Along with the sanitary.
Along with the sanitary district resolution.
And maybe the housing resolution as well.
You can submit them and we'll look at whatever. Or you tell me what to put on the agenda, I guess I should say. So
What do they call those things? Whereas, what is that called?
it is a resolution.
It's a resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Bell Sanitary District resolution, basically, supporting, the building of a new, wastewater collection system.
You're gonna get it together though, correct? You wanna write it?
I'll write the resolution,
Right.
but that should be on the agenda, something to that effect.
Yeah, I'll just say the sanitary district resolution,
Okay,
so, okay,
yeah, Phil and I might work on that, we're working on this application at the same time, so.
okay. All right, so then we'll just go to the second public comment period. Is there any more public comment? Yes.
When I was responsible for posting park and land agenda and minutes to the town website, I went to a training session. I'm assuming that those of us that do it currently, are we going to be asked to do that or continue to do that with whomever has a new website, and will there be training for that?
Yes, yes. I was gonna say as a public comment, so now that the board has chosen a provider, we are officially looking for people who want to work with us on the new website. And help us design it, help us organize it, put what pages we want where and things like that. So anybody on YouTube, Town of Bell Super One, would get to me and let me know if you're interested, and anybody in the audience that wants to help and work on the website with us. We would like to probably have 5 or 6 people to, and then we'll, but yes, that was part of the reason we're going with the guys in Washburn too. And we'll be up to speed but for now, it's gonna take a few months they're gonna make a shell, and then when we get it perfect, then we're gonna switch it over. So we'll be still working with the Superior Lighthouse, so keep doing everything you've been doing. And, but anyway, anybody who's interested in working on the website with us, see me after the meeting.
Yeah, just to follow up on that a little bit, the analogy that I like to use when I think about how we're doing the website is akin to a gut renovation. We're not tearing down the house and building a new foundation and everything from scratch. The website that we will have after this process is done will be based on the same framework as the current website, which is a content management system called WordPress. So if you know how to log into the website and make posts and pages, the protocol for that is not going to be too much different. There will be some additional steps as far as clicking a button to assign a tag or a category to your post or page. I don't know if there will necessarily be a need for hands-on, one-on-one training for this type of stuff, but I am committed to providing extremely detailed and functional documentation to anyone who's going to be working on the website, step by step on how to put things on there, depending on what part of the site you're working in. So yes, keep doing what you're doing. The process should not change all that much, but the new changes will be reflected in new documentation and training opportunities.
I just want to mention too, in looking at this, currently we are using WordPress.
Right.
So it's gonna be very similar, maybe I can't see a whole lot of change from it, so the entry, you may have some different ways, but it should be pretty much the same.
Yeah, it'll be similar.
The only process I have is I make a ticket request.
Right.
And I just fill in a couple of little boxes, click, 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 drag stuff in, and, it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, we won't be using that system. A couple people will have access to the whole website. Say you're the Park and Land Secretary, you will only be able to access the Parks and Lands part of it, so you can't accidentally wipe out the whole website.
To be perfectly honest, I don't want access to.
Right. And that was part of our problem with Superior, is nobody wanted back-end access. And he had 350 websites that he was doing, and he was getting tickets.
crazy.
from all of those. I mean, that man must be working 20 hours a day. And you know, and so it's remarkable how good a job. But wait, the main problem with the website is that if you want to find something, it's really hard. And so we're, you know, this is not going to be for promoting the town of Bell. We're not the Cornucopia Business Association. This is for the residents of the town of Bell. If they want to see what was on an agenda from 18 months ago, they can find it in less than a minute instead of never finding it. Okay? So that's what's going to take the time to bring the 1,200 documents into the website. So there's going to be a lot of manual work for that. There's a lot of upfront costs with that.
All right, any other public comments? Yes.
This, for me, this is a timing issue related to clarification for short-term rentals for the properties that we got on hold. I know we can't really press our town's attorney, but it would really be helpful, I think, for us to have an opinion from them, so that as a board, we can make a decision about making an amendment if we need to the short-term rental ordinance, or just where we're gonna go with it. Because otherwise, we're kind of in limbo. And I guess I'd like to see that clarified, and I don't know how we get that opinion any more quickly, because we've already, Jackie submitted that information. And I think it was pretty clear, you know, what we were asking. So I don't know. I can't call her and tell her I'll break her knees if she doesn't do it or anything like that.
You could.
Well, you could,
I
but
promise I won't.
I have one more thing too. I'm sorry. So our email address is @cornywi.org. And we're the town of Bell. So I don't want to bore the board with the minutia details, but it's my feeling that we should apply for a .gov website instead of a .org. It's free. And the application is not too big a deal, and I was thinking it would be like, mine would be super1 at bellwi.gov. Or if we wanted to be TOB super1, however we don't want to do that.
Whichever works.
Well, yeah, we can do whatever we want, but I just think we should have a .gov domain for our emails. I really do. We are a government entity, we're not an organization. So I guess, I don't know if you guys if we have carte blanche to do that kind of stuff, but it would actually save a ton of money.
Oh, is this a discussion thing or a?
I don't know, I
I'll ask if there was a hand raised.
I just want to make sure you're aware of the fact that there's a town of Bell in Florida, in.
No, that's why it'd be WI.
Maine,
It'd be
yeah.
Bell WI.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into what the name's gonna be right
Right.
now. I agree with what you're saying,
The dot
so
com.
we can go down that road. I think that's a good idea, but let's skip the naming right now.
Okay, yeah, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well then I'll start I move that we start the application for a
Well, you're not moving, no, it's not on the
Okay,
agenda.
okay.
We're not voting on it. It's public comment period. It's like the third time, Paul.
I'm slow, man, I'm slow.
Add it to the agenda for the special meeting.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. I don't want to get shot by the chairman.
All right, public comments. Is there any more?
Yeah, I'd like to make one.
Okay.
Make it short. I did send it out to board members. As you know, there's a group studying the feasibility of developing senior housing in town of Bell, in the community. And we selected the Bayfield County Housing Authority to assist us in that. And in turn, the Bayfield County Housing Authority applied for a grant from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. It's called the Thrivent Grant. And the Thrivent Grant's gonna, to say that they applied for this grant on behalf of, well, using Cornucopia with the town of Bell Senior Housing as the application. And they were one of 10 successful applicants. And so this plan is gonna offer Bayfield County Housing Authority 2 tranches of $25,000 each. And the first one, the Bayfield County is going to apply for will be due on June 1st. And just for information, what they are going to do with this money is 3 things they're focused on right now. Townwide mailings of informational updates and invitation to public input. Funds for Design Wisconsin, which is a group of professionals who would come here, look over the potential properties, make some suggestions for what kind of facilities could be built, and so forth and so on. And ask for and facilitate additional public comment. And any other development needs that will come up in meetings between now and June 1st. And our group is also working on a list of community stakeholders that includes, but not limited to, local leaders, residents, businesses, churches, community organizations, utility providers, and so forth. And just for your information, our group is now expanded to 11 members.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I just say how much I appreciate you and the board honoring me by being Citizen of the Year. And I appreciate all the members of the community who said something to me tonight, acknowledging that I might do something good once in a while, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank
I'm honored by that. 20 years ago, I ran when I got in, and didn't come back to the meeting after that happened. I decided I better stick around. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, do you have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
For a second?
Motion is made, seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say aye. Well, we have to.
I have this digitally, that if you wanna look over, that's what,
How about that? Are there checks to send?
some people know how to work that damn website.
Okay.
No, all I do is, I look at the directions, when all those directions are there, I click it and I save it on my computer. If for any reason I lose that link, that I say the icon, all I do is I hit the icon, it takes me into the thing, I scroll through, I go, new ticket, I always give it high priority. And I just hit the plum thing, almost the exact same in every single month. And then I just dump in my minutes that, whatever it is.
You know, and this is the part that I get confused with. When you say, you know, that you click and then you drag it over, you have to physically drag over the file? Or is it something when I click and you highlight it
When I
and then
click
that goes?
on the space, it allows me to go to my computer's attachments.
Okay, like
And-
your documents.
Any kind of a document or an email.